This is the thing that I'm constantly always learning, even after many years. And again, I go back to talking about communication, how important it is. And I always try and remind myself to be really clear, really clear when it comes to costing and the involvement of a job and how big a project can be. Because we've all had situations where you'll have a client come through, especially for things like animation that can just go off in funny angles, and you'll quote based on an example video that gets sent through. We want something like this, it's 60 seconds long, it's going to be really simple, needs to be done in a week, whatever, right? And you go, right, okay, yep, no worries, and you send some examples of videos going, this is how we've done this in the past, and you kind of quote up based on that. And then you get started on the job, and it's nothing like that, and it's really challenging. Like, you've got to be communicating all the time. The second it comes in, hey, it's going to be 4 minutes long now, and now we want all the characters talking, and it's going to be super complex, and it's going to be in 3D, but we still want it done in a week. You've got to be responsive to that, and you've got to communicate and keep going, hey, no, this is kind of what we were talking about. If you want that stuff, that's great. We're happy to do that, but it's going to take longer. There's going to be more cost, and this is why. Otherwise, you could get into trouble. You can upset your clients. You could, you don't want to be in a situation where you're 3 weeks in and you feel like you're working for free and the project's really stressful and it's crazy. So that's hard, because quite often we're talking to clients who, rightly so, video's not their world, and we understand what the process is to make a video or animation that's a certain amount of length and has a certain amount of complexities. So yeah, you've got to keep that communication going all the time. You've got to be really clear. That's why your quoting and everything should be really clear. Ours are very itemized, and I always kind of explain the process as best I can. I think it's really important as well that anytime a client pops up in an email, I always ask to have a chat. Even if they say what sounds like a very straightforward job, I always say, sounds great, but let's jump on a call or a Google video chat and let's have a chat about it. And it's amazing how different those projects are when you speak face to face with that person. We need it done then, but the person's not going to turn up till 2 PM. You go, right, okay, you can start to figure out how the job goes. Then you can talk to them really clearly and say, we've done a bunch of jobs like this. This is how we would do that. Or this sounds like it's going to be quite complicated. You're driving 3 different locations in one day. It's not going to be time to do that. How about, I think it's really valuable to do that. And plus, it helps personalize you straight away, right? If it's a new person, you get to meet them. They get to chat to you. They get to know you a bit. I think it helps you stand out if they're contacting other production companies that day, which they will likely be doing.